Hello everyone. Okay, so I'm so excited to come your way again. This is the Believers Love Relationship and Marriage Day, and we have been looking at temperaments and how they impact our relationships. This would be the fourth episode, and it's been awesome so far. So we have looked at the introduction, we had a little history, and then we looked at the definitions of temperament. Then we went on to look at the choleric temperament. That was what we did the past week. I don't know what you've learned so far, but if you are listening to this for the first time, I would encourage you to check out the other videos and recordings on the choleric temperament, the definitions that we had in the introduction. Right, so this week we're looking at the melancholy temperament, and you learn also that they are also referred to as the ant partner. So the melancholy temperament or the ant partner. Now I'm going to be mentioning some of the characteristics, then I'll end by mentioning the weaknesses and strengths. So let's pay close attention. So the very first thing that you should learn about the melancholy partner or the ant partner is that they do not find it easy to express their affection, even though they may have strong romantic feelings. Melancholy partners or temperament types, they always need the right kind of environment or atmosphere to open up and express their affection. So usually you find a nice guy that you think that, well, the way I look at this guy, I think that he likes me, or he's interested in me, or maybe he wants to have something to do with me. And then you realize that no, the guy is not coming forth, he's not saying anything. When you're with him, he's all over you, he's so nice and he's kind, makes you feel good and all of that, but he has never opened up or said anything. Probably, maybe he could be a melancholy temperament type, or he may have that personality. He's an ant partner, so he's waiting for that environment where probably you and him alone or something. So maybe a clue. Okay, so let me give you a clue. What you can do is to arrange for a meetup or something, a hangout where you'll be with him alone for a couple of times and see if he will come out and they say something, right? Good. Okay, so the other thing is that they seldom initiate conversation, and especially when it comes to sharing their inner feelings. So if it's about something that they have been thinking about, something that concerns them, they usually wouldn't bring it up. They usually wouldn't want to talk about it. Right, so that is a melancholy temperament for you. Then also you realize that their emotions may be expressed on their faces and their inner actions, so they would rather not share. You wouldn't see them formally talking about their emotions and how they feel and all of that. But then you need to pay attention to their emotions, okay, through their faces, and then their inner actions. So what they do, how they react to things. So you're with someone, you're with your brother, your sister, you're with a friend, you're with a colleague, you're with your partner. You need to be paying attention, okay? Then you understand which temperament type the person is. Then usually they are moody, withdrawn, or willing to talk about anything. They tend to make comments or remarks personally, and you know what? They are easily offended. Easily offended. So the thing is, usually they look at things from the negative side. So when you make a comment or you say something, they look at it from the opposite side. Now they find decision making difficult and may be frustrated with their indecisiveness, right? So just like I shared before, this person is interested in you, this person likes you, this person wants to hang out with you, want to have a thing with you, but they are frustrated. They don't know how to, bring it out and share and all of that. So they find difficulty making decision, right? It's hard to find them discuss serious matters without getting emotionally involved. That is the ant partner for you. They are always heavily centered on their emotions, okay? Then we also have the fact that, rather than logic, they'll usually influence their position on issues based on their emotions. So while you may be looking at things from the logic point of view, they are considering their emotions. And so if you're trying to say things that will threaten how they will feel, they wouldn't like to come close to you. Yeah, so if you've ever had a friend or someone or partner who has had these kinds of expressions or reactions, definitely should know that you have been dealing with a melancholy or an ant partner. Now, while these people, as married partners, they struggle with weakness. They are they're weak with initiating conversations and romantic gestures and all of that. However, you should know that these people are very gifted. So of all the temperament types, the melancholy temperament, they are very gifted when it comes to creativity, when it comes to art, when it comes to beauty and design. They are very good. So I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of any friend, or maybe you've related with someone who you feel that, well, this guy is not always open, doesn't want to open up and all of that, but they are very creative. So you see that the person is a very good artist, the person is very good at doing something creative, graphic design, videography, something. So the thing is the fact that they cannot break out their emotions, initiate conversation and all of that. They would rather find themselves doing things, that keep to themselves. So in the end, you see the person becoming someone who is very creative, someone who can draw very nicely, somebody who can paint very nicely, somebody who can actually sing or do something very, very creative. Yes, so that's how it works. Then also they are perfectionists and they give attention to great detail. So such people, they pay attention, they are emotionally connected and attached to the things they do. So if the person is doing anything, the person wants to hit it right, hit the note right. I don't know if you've ever come across an artist who is, making a painting and then doing something else, or drawing something and then doing something. Usually they pay attention, they give attention to detail. So they may spend hours, they may spend days on one particular painting or one particular design, because they want to get it right once and for all. They pay attention to details and all of that. Okay, now again, they are quite reserved, okay, and that keeps them from letting them others discover the gifts and abilities they possess. So unless you get more closer, get to know them very well, you wouldn't know that, okay, this person has this gift, this person has this talent. So that is the melancholy or ant partner for you. Then again, their tendency to become discouraged may keep them from persisting until their texting or creative work is completed, right? So they have a tendency of becoming discouraged, that they don't want to continue this. But once they don't have that coming their way, once you don't tell them that, this one you could have done it this way, you could have done that and all of that, once they don't get that coming, then they can stay on their work and bring out the very best. When they do work, it's so beautiful and nice. So that's the melancholy partner or the ant partner. Now let's look at a highlight, by way of summarizing about the melancholy temperament. Let's look at these highlights. So the weaknesses of the melancholic partner or the ant partner. So usually melancholic partners or melancholy temperaments, people who find themselves in this temperament are obsessive, right? They are too cautious as well. They are prone to depression because their emotions are really what they are vested in. They are attached to their emotions. So such people, you want to be careful that you don't use certain words on them. You don't say certain things to them, because then they think about it. For example, you don't tell them that, I find you useless, there's nothing good in you. So if you have a kid, you have a daughter, you have a son, you have a brother, you have a father who is a melancholic temperament, you don't say all kinds of things to them. You don't talk to them anyhow. You need to be very careful, because the very least thing you say, then they enter into depression. Right, that's also something you should look at. They are perfectionists, perfectionistic and everything they want to get. And usually, sometimes they are pessimistic because they are looking at things from the negative side. So you have said something, probably you have said that, well, I don't think this will look good on you. You didn't say that maybe with a bad intention, but they take it so personal. Then what they would respond to a statement like that would be probably say that, so you mean this dress is not nice, so you mean that I don't look good in it, is that what they are saying? And then poof, the person gets angry and that's it. So they are, usually pessimistic. They are difficult to please. Yeah, it's something you should know, because they pay attention to detail. They're perfectionists. They want to get things right. So you feel like, well, okay, today I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get this guy or this lady to get along with me. And trust me, you are going to work very hard and you're not going to get anything out of it, because they are difficult people to please. That's right. They are deeply affected by tragedy as well. So somebody who is a melancholy partner, when the person loses somebody close to them, or the person lost a job, or the person goes through something that is a tragedy, the person finds it very difficult to come off it. So if you have someone like that in your life, you need to pay close attention to them. Such people, you need to be very cautious about the words that you use, and you need to also be prepared that you are going to be with them, so that they come out of the situations that set on them, right? Again, usually they are discontent with themselves and others. Okay, so that's has to do with an emotional something. Then let's look at the strengths now. We've said a lot of weaknesses. Let's look at their strengths. Now, for the melancholy partner or the ant partner, that person is very thoughtful. I tell you, they're very, very thoughtful. So they may not be able to initiate romantic, or love gestures, or be there, talk about, but they're very thoughtful. The things that you may take time to think about to do, they find it so easily do it. And then they are very considerate, right? They're considerate, and then they are also cautious as well. Consider a painter. A painter is painting. You don't expect that painter or that artist to be doing something. They're very cautious. They want to get it right, because once the person missed out, it might be starting all over again, or erasing and all of that. Those are things that they think about. That's why they are very cautious. Now, they are also organized. So you go to such people. Such people are those who would put the Pepsodent here on the sink, and then if you take it and put it elsewhere, they have a problem with you. They are emotionally attached to the things that they do. They're the same people that arrange things very well, and they expect that, well, I put this here. When you come and take it, make sure you put it back. And we'll be learning that other temperaments don't think that way, and it's a big deal. So if you have with someone who is a melancholy or an ant partner, they are very organized. Just like an ant in real life. Ants in real life, they plan things ahead. They're very thoughtful. Rainy season is going to come, so let's get food. Let's stock food down. Let's arrange things and all. That is how it works for the melancholy partner. Now, they are an excessive planner, just like we've said. Scheduled oriented. They are very detailed. Highly creative. Poetry, art, and invention. They are independent, good at preventing problems. These are strengths that you should be looking at. So we've been looking at the melancholy partner or the ant partner, and we've had a good time. We've mentioned so many examples. I don't know what you've learned, but if you have someone in your life who is exhibiting any of these characteristics, then you should know that this person is of the melancholy temperament or is an ant partner, and so you should know how to relate with them. The chiefest thing you should be concerned about is that these people are emotionally connected to the things that they do. So you should be careful to know what to say to them, how to relate with them. They are not easily coming forth to bring out things or initiate things to do. So you have to help them. They don't have the energy to be able to take decisions by themselves, and making decisions is very tough for them. Sometimes they are procrastinators and all of that, and so you need to take notice of that. But also understand that they're very creative people, very, very creative. They are excellent. They are thoughtful. They are well organized people. They are scheduled oriented and all. All right, I'm so excited that you've learned something. Please subscribe to the channel, follow, like, share, comment. listening together. Till I come your way again, this has been the Believers Love, Relationship, and Marriage. And God bless you, and I'll see you again.